This message is finding you. It is finding you for a reason. The question that you could be asking yourself, excuse me, how do you know if your timeline, if you're in a different timeline, if your reality has shifted, if you've done, or if you made a quantum leap? This is how you know. As you do the healing work, your outer reality will start changing. The places that perhaps you've always gone to will either start closing, will start remodeling. A lot of the places, and you will be guided to go certain places that don't make sense to you, but you feel called to go. Perhaps it's a retail store, but at a different location, or an old place that you have not gone in a long time, and somehow say you go and they have remodeled the place and you haven't been there in years. That is how you know. That is one of the signs that your outer reality is changing. Now, there will come a time when where you are, it just feels heavy, dense, constricted. The imagery that I was given was a fairy being in like a glass jar. That brightness, viewing that out through the glass, it is confined and is trying to be set free, trying to go, but it just feels like this gravity sense. So that's the imagery that I was given. Okay, you have, perhaps you've been experiencing certain things in your reality that has been unpleasant. And when you understand energy and the laws of the universe, so forth, some unfortunate things can happen. You know, with that phrase from Spider-Man, with great power comes with great responsibility. So once you become aware that you are co-creator with the universe, what you speak, yes, can shape your reality. So we've always have. It's just when you're more conscious of it. When things start to happen that per se is unpleasant, um, to something to you. Of course, when things are always happening for us, but there might be a sense of, did I created this? Um, so just be mindful. You know, we're learning as we go. We are co-creators, and of course, everyone in our reality is playing a role, some shape or form. Things are always happening for our greater good, and it's up to us if we see that in that perspective. A few things that came through was to be mindful of what you're consuming. rather is what you're eating, because of course certain foods can lower our vibration, can interfere with our energies as we are transcending, and also what you're consuming as far as what you're watching, hearing, that all plays a role. So if you're waking up and one of the first things you do is look at your phone and you check up on the news. Of course, the news, let's say 99 out of the time, has unpleasant. It's just unpleasant. Remember, we are co-creators of the universe. We are co-creating, and everyone, yes, is playing a role, and is how we perceive things. You have a choice. Bashar could be significant to you when he explains we are all living in many parallel realities all at once, same like team, all at once. What a vision that I was given with this was many worlds, right? And whatever decision you make. Okay, let me use this as an example. Say you're driving on the freeway. And when you're in a flow state, somehow cars, when they need to merge onto another lane or whatever, it just comes into alignment. It's smooth. It's effortlessly. So when you are in alignment and you are in with flow, when you are co-creating intentionally, being in your present moment with love and gratitude, things will just start flowing to you. Things will start feeling lighter. Now, as we ascend, right? Also, Bashar mentions that we're always ascending, even though it may feel like we have setbacks or we're taking 10 steps back or whatnot. Every time we are ascending, and when old things patterns come up, they're coming up to be released, to see how much you have changed, how much light you can hold as you continue to elevate. It is not to torment you or anything of that sort. So it is best to move in neutral, to move unbothered. In that sense, of course, developing a strong foundation is going to be very important. Practices such as meditation, journaling, nature walks, exercise. You're going to need a creative outflow to let that energy flow through your body. Another note, as we continue to ascend, there are going to be forces. So as you shine bright, you're going to attract a lot of things. We may call it good and bad. There are going to be forces that are going to try to push you down. Yes. So that's why a strong foundation is very vital as we ascend. To remember who you are. Stay grounded in that truth. Some synchronicities that could be significant to you are crows, very bright color shoes. The numbers 360, 836, 656, and 725. The names Onix and Alexander came through, and Tesla's could be significant. Take it as it resonates. Doesn't have to be. These are just some synchronicities. The song is going to be significant with that was given with this message is We Pray. Also, as far in reference into time, of course, as humans, we know time doesn't exist. It was man-made, in a sense, to this earth. So it can help us to get to point A to point B, or whatever it may be. Wonder Woman was coming through, and the phrase that she mentions about, I don't remember his name, the one she falls in love with. He was something about his watch, and he was looking at it, and she mentioned something about it tells you what to do. Like, so that could be significant. Meaning we're bound to time. Yes, it helps us to get to point A to B, wherever, to meet someone. But it's interesting when you come to understanding that time doesn't exist. Everything is energy, so when you're centered, you can bend time to your own benefits. Yes, you can. And when you're worried, a phrase that I say, an affirmation that I was given that I have forgotten about, is when you're worried, you say, I don't know how things are going to work out. I just know that they are. So you leave, by saying that, you leave that to the divine. I believe that's all for this message. So just be mindful of what you're consuming. Take time to take care of yourself. You are where you need to be. That is all. Until the next message.